Hi, good evening, my audience. How are you? I'm happy to know that you are all listening to me. My name is Milka, and I would like to talk about uh, employment, job seeking, especially with our young graduates, those who are doing internships and attachments, and may probably want to maintain, they may probably want to be absorbed in the companies where they are doing the internship. I have made several observations, especially because I also sum up as the HR and recruitment officer. I have come across so many applications and people seeking for jobs, but I think there is a very big gap when it comes to job seeking, because very many people are doing it so wrongly until at times you really wonder whether these people went to school or what could have happened along the way. You realize that when it comes to job applications and seeking for internships or even seeking for a real job, people are really getting it wrong. And I do not want to mean that I am perfect, or I do not want to mean that I did it perfectly. I want to acknowledge that we all have a starting point, especially in the professional field. We all have a point of start where we make so many mistakes and probably fail to even realize the mistakes that we have made. When it comes to application, of course, you'll have received the advert, or probably you'll have known a certain company is hiring, and that's the reason that you'll be interested to apply, for you already have the knowledge. And during application, of course, you have to do the application letter, and you also have to do the CV. Those are your selling documents. Those are the documents that the HRs will read through and will want to have an interest to engage you more and to know you better. But if they are not well done, somebody will just feel put off and will not want to take more time in perusing through your documents. So it is very important to put a lot of efforts. It is very important to put extra time in the documents that we are sharing externally, especially if you're looking for a job, because remember, your potential employer doesn't know you. You probably know them, but your potential employer doesn't know you. Your potential employer receives 1,001 applications, and probably they only have one chance. So they are perusing through so many documents to decide the best person to take up the position. And of course, people will pick the best, not just applications, but the best will be pulled out of the 1,001 applications. So the best thing that you can do is to perfect your application. The best thing is to read through the content of your emails, read through the content of your application letter, read through the content of your curriculum vitae or resume, and be sure that whatever is written there is the exact impression of yourself. So when it comes to doing the email that you will attach the documents, you have to be very keen, because the email will be the first impression that you give to the potential employer before they even go to the attachments. Your content in the email has to be very precise and direct to the point, and also has to be an eye-catching content that will give the employer the psych to go through and read the attachments, such that you now begin to get shortlisted. But if the email content is already putting the reader off, then you can be sure that they will not go ahead to open the attachments. So I really want to put this across to those that are applying for jobs. Please be very careful with what you are writing. Be very careful with your grammar. I have picked it up as a very big issue, especially to these people that are seeking for employment, because currently we have people who are doing very very wrong grammar until you are left wondering what could have happened along the way. Let us put efforts into rectifying our grammar such that when the HR is reading, they do not have to put a lot of efforts trying to figure out what exactly you are saying. They don't have to try to figure out what do you want to mean in a certain sentence. I believe by the time you're applying for the job, you have already gone through primary school, high school, college, and in all these levels, you have learned how to improve in your language and grammar. And also in the current times, we have the internet where you can learn a lot of English and try to improve in your grammar. We have grammar skills in the internet. Please let us take time and try to improve on how we address others, whether in written form or in oral form. Let us take time to perfect in our English, because most of the times we do the applications in English language, and that is the language that you'll be using even when you're hired to probably do your interview and do the actual job if offered the job. So from there we shall continue and see how the application is done procedurally. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.